200th Indian Racing League race here at Budapest. Joining me in the comms box is Redstone and Ethan. Welcome, boys.
What's up, Yash? How's it going, man?
It's good going. At least hoping for a fun and dramatic race up ahead here at the Hungaro It's always an entertaining race over here. If you remember Hungary 2021 and even Hungary 2022 for that matter in real life. I don't really remember when was the last time we raced here in IRL. I mean, we probably would have done that a lot considering it's a 200th race here with, I mean, all of us being part of this league for so long, started by our
Supreme Leader,
Supreme Leader.
Caesar
Thank you
himself,
for
yeah.
filling up my shortfalls there. But yeah, our Supreme Leader Caesar. So shout out to him for bringing us together in this racing community over here and hopefully growing it further. So
And also, I just want to shout out SFR Sonic Hawk real quick. He's been one of the quickest drivers that's ever been part of IRL family, and he's been out for a long time now. I think he's taken quite a bit of a sabbatical from racing. He's making his comeback today in this D2 race, and I'm really hoping for a good drive from him. So we've really got to watch out for SFR Sonic Hawk as well.
yeah, and some other guys to look out for are like the usual names of Smith and Sid Venkatesh, who are, I believe, the top two title contenders right now. And we have another couple of quick drivers, which is like Shrikant in the Red Bull, for example. Will he be able to pull off a Max Verstappen and blaze through the field like the RB 18 or the RB 19, or will he get some sort of Valtteri Bottas into him and take out half the field?
Not to forget, Oxidized Rage as well. He's another quick driver I've seen for the past couple of races.
Yep, we have the Williams out in formation here, Hershey, and I think that's if I'm not wrong, Spandan. Yep, they're in formation out in the on the out lap. Meanwhile, we have Hershey Nupshan also out in his Ferrari. SFR Sonic Hawk in the Aston Martin. Raman, Shrikant in the Red Bull. Abdul Samad in the Alfa Romeo also just starting. Jishnu says don't disrespect Bottas. What do you all have to say about that, boys?
I mean, I get Jishnu's point, so
Down to the
I get where he's going with this, but yeah, as long as he doesn't pull the Max Verstappen on Daniel Ricciardo around Hungary, as long as he doesn't do that to his teammate, I think it's fair enough for Shrikant, I feel.
We have a spinner of Nupshan who's already lost his front wing on his outlap.
Yep, Hershey who started his lap going into turn one. He just about gets the apex early on the DRS there and the throttle. Going down into turn two, brakes a little early, takes it a little cautious here. Doesn't take the extreme right to the circuit, which you can. Mounts the turn three curve beautifully. Then on to turn four. This is a tricky one. Slows down quite a bit. Doesn't use the full extension of the track, probably because the track hasn't rubbered down yet. Sweeps around turn five, going into turn six here. He
He
takes
sort of
the
has a bit of traffic up ahead, so hoping that doesn't impede him too much.
Yep. That's his teammate, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think
Are they trying a tow here in Hungary?
The tow really doesn't make sense around Hungary, but kudos to them for trying at least.
It takes a lot of the inside over there.
Extra tents that you can possibly find.
He's taking a lot of the cement banking. I mean, it's not really advisable to do that.
Yeah, I mean, like just by looking at the curb he mounted in the third sector, the amount of curb he mounted, that's easily like a 4/10th loss in a way if you think about it. So he has a lot of time to find Hershey. Meanwhile, Shrikant with a 117.1. What do you
Meanwhile,
think
his
the
his
whole
teammate
time is going
Harsh,
to be, boys?
I think it's going to be a 15-9.
And SFR with his comeback lap, he goes straight into the 117.0, and I think he has a lot more pace, and maybe just a little rusty as it stands.
On board with
So
Harsh, Shrikant's teammate in the other Red Bull there. Um, now he comes across the second sector now onto the chicane. Takes it nice and smoothly. There's some traffic up ahead which moves out of the way. He does look like he's on a good lap here. Down shifts a little, the car in front which moves out again. Brakes just about right. Good amount of curb taken on the exit. Just about keeps it on the white line, which is pretty much the optimum line to take.
little hesitant on the throttle there from Harsh, but yeah, 16.5.
16.5. This was a good lap. See, I mean, it did look like he was on a very good lap. Spandan has left the session, so if one of you can just invite him.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Meanwhile,
send him
we
an invite
have
quick.
anyone Oxidize on a lap. He's mounting the second. He is coming across.
No, I
He's
think
going
he's
into the pit.
backed out of it. I think Oxida is backed out of that
Mosquito
lap.
is on a half.
Deadly Mosquito started
Oh,
his lap on
and
the
he's gone.
mediums. Although I
That's
think
a
he's on.
complicated curve.
Yeah, I think Deadly Mosquito's on long runs. He's not. He's not out on qualifying run. Vintage moves out of the way.
He just spun. He had a moment over there into turn two.
So, boys, what are your predictions for the top three in quali?
I think it's
Let's
going
put
to
it out
be
there.
between Oxidize, Smith, and Oxidize, Smith, and Harsh. And
That's
I
what I
think
was gonna
Oxidize
say.
might just pimp them for pole.
And hoping for Oxidize to have a good race at least. I mean, he's been phenomenal in qualifying in Division 2, but he just when it matters and to be consistent over an entire race distance, that's when he struggles the most. So I'm hoping he changes that this time around and makes the 200th Grand Prix of IRL quite memorable.
Nuption is in
I
the lap.
think, I mean, I'm on board with Navshin. I think he's on full traction if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, he's definitely on full traction.
But he's pretty solid lap. Let's see what he gets with it.
Yeah, that's definitely full traction.
He goes 119.7. It's just like quite sad to see the fact that he's not on his wheel anymore and he's on the controller, and to watch him struggle, it's
Let's go.
quite heartbreaking in a way because he was one of the quickest drivers back in his day. So
We have Raman now going into turn one with him. Takes a lot of the inside curve. Going into turn two.
meanwhile, Dal Makhni is on a flyer right now. He's very committed. Oh, a bit of traffic up ahead. It goes purple in the middle sector, but that's Codemaster's doing Codemaster shit, so never
Darmaki is
really
not
know.
a quick driver, which was got to mention in the game. He's really quite consistent in his races and he's able to be in the top three easily. 17
I mean, no one's really matched Harsh so far, so
I
he's
think
put in
Raman
a
is
very
on
good
a
banker
decent
lap.
lap. I think he should be somewhere in the 16s there.
Well, the track is ramping up. We should see times changing now.
Yep, a 16.7
Yeah,
from him.
that's a good lap from Raman. Meanwhile, if you go on board with Oxidize, he's purple the first sector. Very committed, I must say. And he's purple sector 2 as well.
He's on for a good one.
I
Yeah,
think this
just
should be in the
rounding
lower
up the final
116s.
two corners. Again, very conservative on fourth gear. Pulls the car to the left and keeps it tight around the final corner. Gets on the power fairly well, I must say. And that is a
A
116
16-0.
flat.
Wow.
Wow.
What a lap from him.
That's a time to beat for the rest of the drivers. That's a solid lap from him.
I think we're
He
going to
still
see
has
some.
time to improve
I
as
think we're
well.
going to see some retirements in the pits now, knowing that that time cannot be challenged probably. But wow, what a time that is! Honestly, what a time! You know, I think tomorrow's D1 4 lap time, if it's a dry session, would be around a 15.5 or a 15.4, and being half a second within that in D2 is quite something.
And I've seen a few D1 drivers set in like a 16 flat. So in the sweat sessions, if I may. So
Yeah, you're absolutely right,
Oxidize is up
and I
there.
mean you don't really see D2 being so close to D1 in terms of pole lap time. I mean I think the last time we saw that was almost season 6, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, of course you were going to bring up season 6, Yash. No love lost there, but but yeah, that's one cracker of a lap time. I feel like since Oxidize has realized that it's going to be a tough one to catch up to Smith in terms of the championship fight, I think he's sort of relieved of that pressure in a way, and he's able to just go with a calmer mindset into these next couple of races. So I think that's really working for him.
Harsh and he's on a lap
Harsh
right
is
now.
gunning it right now, so let's see if he's purple sector too. But he's just 1/10 up on his existing lap. So he turns in quite early for the final corner though. So I'm not sure if that's going to.
Should be a good lap. Is it a good lap? Is it
Yeah,
30 16.3, which is quite
it's
close. Shrikant meanwhile was 16.6.
and Smith has finally come out of the pits. So
It's a very late call.
I think he's just like incredibly confident in just getting that one lap put together because we saw that in Monaco. He was impeded twice, and his final run, he just pipped Oxidize to pole.
So let's go on board with him when he starts his lap.
Yeah, why don't you take us through his lap, Ethan?
Whose lap?
Alright.
Since you know this track fairly well and you've sweated quite a bit,
Whose lap are we going on?
Smith.
Smith. He's gonna start a lap quite soon, so. Okay, Ethan, do your
So,
thing.
around the final corner, fourth gear, DRS wide open, and starting his lap, a long straight down into turn 1, a heavy braking zone. Braking at 100 meters or even later. That's a pretty good exit. Smith keeps it quite steady. Down to turn 2. This is a corner where there's a lot of rotation needed. Not a bad lap. Pretty steady. He's kept it steady. Let's see how he can avoid this curb. And it's a purple sector 1. Turning right into this corner. Nice and steady. He's easy on the throttle. And then heavy braking zone into 4th or 3rd. And Smith, I think, is quite cautious, not using all of the curb. Pretty neat and tidy exit. And this looks like a pretty good lap. Into 6th. And it's the purple sector 2. I think he's on for a good one, despite him avoiding most of the curbs and into this long left-hander, keeps it nice and tight, and to get most of the traction he can. He's very confident on the accelerator, and across the line, oh, it's a
Oh,
16.4.
that's weird because that seemed like a very good lap from Smith.
He was on a
Though
good
he
one.
missed he didn't use the track to its absolute limit, but seemed like a hooked lap from him. But he still has time left to go put on a fresh set of softs and come back for a final run.
Yeah, definitely. I think he should take it easy because he wants to set a banker lap, but maybe it's too late to do it. I don't know if he can go into the pit
I
lane soon.
think he really has to gun it here if he needs to make it
Yeah,
in time. But yeah, think it should be possible. It's going to be a bit of a stretch, but yeah,
but not
should
a
be
bad lap
possible.
for the first lap of the session from him.
And to be honest, like he has the race pace to make up those positions as well.
Yeah,
If he gets a
definitely,
good start,
definitely.
oh, it's quite close between P2 and P3, like 5 1,000s separating the two drivers. I still don't know what the weather is like for the race. Seems quite dry right now, but you never know.
Yep.
Oxida is really warming up his tires to get a lap in, preparing the outlap fairly well, I must say. Why don't you go on board with Oxidize, Yash? He's going to be
Yep.
starting his final lap. And
Yep. On board with him.
Yep, sorry boys.
PR is wide open, keeps it to the left as much as possible, breaks around the 75-meter mark, gets it turned in fairly well, short shifts the fourth, PR is open again. A little bit of wheel spin on exit, but I don't think he lost too much time. Going into turn two, locking up a bit, I think. Fairly committed, I must say, and hopefully he doesn't hit a bunch of traffic up ahead. Fourth, short shifts to fifth, uses a bit of that curve on the outside. He puts his right front on the grey patch where you find a lot of grip. Seems a little scruffy so far, but let's see what he's able to stitch together. And he loses the car as we speak. Took a
Uh,
bit too much of that curb.
yeah, it does. What is that term? I keep forgetting the term. Bottoms out the car. Yeah, it bottom out the car.
Bottom out the car. Damn. Yash.
English not Englishing, buddy.
Yeah, I think he's got it in the bag. I don't think anyone's improving as such. Unless Raman's able to pip
He's
oxidize.
Ramen is up.
Raman is on
Oh,
a flying lap right now.
yep. Let's see what he sector one time is. He is up by just the fraction of margin, so it's not improving too much right now. That fraction of margin will put him P2 though. Too much of that curb on the exit of the
Not
chicane.
utilizing the track to its fullest extent again. I think he's just mindful of getting P2 and taking the race from there
So
rather than
he
just
is two
going
and a
after
half
the.
tenths up on his time right now. So this should put him P2 comfortably right now. Let's see if he poses a threat to oxidize the time. If he has a brilliant, there was a good penultimate corner there, rounding up the last corner.
Again,
Oh,
taking a
little
bit of
too.
that curb. Yeah, that's not going to do him any good.
Oh, and that is mightily close to oxidize, just a tenth off. Good time from Rahman in the end. Puts him P2. I do not think anyone else is on a hot lap. Yep.
No, that's it.
I think
Yep.
Sid is. Oh,
So
Sid
this is
dies into the
about it.
pits.
Then
Yeah,
so
that's
this is our order.
1-1.
We have Oxidize taking pole in the Haas, followed by Raman, Harsh, Smith, Shrikant, SFR Sonic Hawk, Hershey, Sid Venkatesh, Noble Gata, and Spandan are top 10, followed by Dal Makhni, Abdul Samad, Vintage Player, Deadly Mosquito, Navshan, and Abhi are great for tonight.
It's quite an exciting order, I must say. Like the likes of Smith, I think he should focus on getting that ideal perfect start. So, because as we know, Hungary, no matter how much of a pace advantage you have, it's difficult to pass. And you can really be held up by the drivers in front of you. So, I'm hoping Smith gets the jump on the cars ahead of him, and it's a straight fight between Oxidize and Smith throughout the entire race. It's going to be quite interesting.
But the top five are pretty close. Nearly nearly 5 tenths close. So, boys, what are your predictions for the race? What do you think is going to happen?
I think it's going to be Oxidize, Smith, and Hush on the podium. That's
All
what
right.
I feel. But again, what do I know? I'm just a mere commentator, end of the day.
Well, the last two IRL races, D1 and D2, last time out were quite entertaining, with lots of dramatic scenes, including car flips, which were mad.
Yeah. Let's just hope no one causes anyone to flip their cars.
Let's hope for clean racing, clean and harmless.
Yeah. Maybe the D1 boys can learn something from the D2 grid as well. You know. And I'm
I re-
convinced the D2 grid is much cleaner than what we experience in. And it's a wet race.
Oh, that's more interesting.
Wow. Yeah. I
Oh, oh.
think. And Oxidize and Smith are one of the fastest wet weather drivers in D2 as well. So, but again, they're running traction off. So I'm not sure if they're going to get the best of launches off the
That
line.
is
But
true. Let us hope no one does a Bottas into turn one since it's tricky conditions.
we do have a Mercedes in P2.
Uh, Never
and we
mind.
do have a Red Bull in P5. So you never know.
The turntables.
It's going to be interesting. It's just yeah. I hope everyone's got the right tire pressures in and they've bumped up the right heights as well because
Definitely.
you don't want to see anyone aquaplaning into anyone.
So, let me just check out the weather conditions. Is it going to be wet throughout? Let me just give me a minute. So, it appears to be inter conditions for the first half of the race, and towards the end it dries out.
Oh,
So,
that's
that'll
gonna
be
really spice things up in terms of
yes,
strategy as well. Making the right calls at the right time is going to be key as track position is crucial around this track.
yes, definitely.
We have Jishnu who's saying Ethan's doing his report for tomorrow.
Huh?
You're
Yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah.
a review for tomorrow.
Ethan's taking notes right now, like learning track limits and where to push, how to overtake. He's doing his homework, if I
Yeah,
must.
this is my analysis, definitely.
One person who didn't do his homework was Malav, who was supposed to submit a sustainability report, if I'm not wrong, wasn't it?
I mean, he works for an illegitimate company, so I don't prefer to say the name of this company, but yeah, all I can say is they're not as green as they seem.
Mama!
Just kill the man. Yeah, let's not get into Bohemian Rhapsody right now.
And there's Nupshan doing donuts on this circuit.
Yeah, I think he's inspired by you, Ethan,
Yeah, well, I don't
and
do it
I think
intentionally.
it's high time
Honestly,
you bring out a Ethan notebook like Ted's notebook.
yeah, definitely. But one scene, I don't intentionally spin out. It just happens. See, Dharmakni spun out.
we have Jin
Yeah,
continue.
yeah,
just
and
happened.
I'm Lewis
Now
Hamilton. You know,
he's
it just
dead.
happens.
It just
It just
happened.
We we
happens to
Oh,
have
be.
Oxidized the
we
spun.
have Jin who's
So,
in the full Bohemian Rhapsody mood here. He's putting the lyrics down on the chat there, as I can see.
Yeah, let me complete
absolutely.
that. Now he's dead.
We aren't talking about Srikanth's rivals here, just FYI.
It's always a good time in the comms box. It's always a great time.
We have Oxidize who's trying to figure out his way to P1 over here.
Well,
He's hesitant not to get
as usual.
disqualified, and that's good parking, I must say. And Ramin, he's quite slow as well, taking it easy, and he's pointing towards the left. And that's not ideal parking, so it's
Great.
four
So
lights,
there is
five
no
lights, and
It's lights out.
away
Away we go.
we
not
Oh, we
going,
don't know.
not going. Now we
go,
go.
go, 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 go. Yeah.
And
And
pretty
good start
soon,
from
And
Oxidize and Ramen.
Oxidized struggling,
Oh,
yeah.
Ramen going past Oxidize here. He's probably helped by his medium traction. Into turn
oh,
one.
no
Oxidized
escape,
around
no
the
escape.
outside. He gets the move done.
Wow, what a
What a
move!
move. Meanwhile, in the back, Smith has made up one position and Spanden's going around the outside of Smith. Obviously, there's more grip there, but Smith's got that covered as of now, and Sid's making up positions as well. Oh, and he has a bit of a moment, and Hush is all over the back of Sid.
I've got to
Wow.
say, pretty clean so far. Harsh had a moment into turn one. He had to take a warning action to turn
So we have
in back.
Spandan and Dal Makhani who gained 6 positions. Harsh lost out there. He's lost 5 positions. Srikanth lost 1 position there. The major loser here was SFR Sonic Hawk, who's right at the back of the field now, losing out 8 positions, stuck behind Navshin. Yeah, Jin, I think
Meanwhile, Oxidized
there is a
really
glitch.
stretching his legs right now.
There is a glitch
And
between Ramen and Oxidize with the gap. It is not one. It's not 1.6 seconds. Let me just
it's
try.
around 9 tenths right now. And
Yep, there is a
And what
spectator
happened to
glitch.
Sonic Hawk? He's lost 8 positions. He's down in
meanwhile,
P4.
Srikanth is on the back of. I think the timing is all chaotic as
It really is. It
as of
really is
now.
right now.
Maybe give it a lap or two so Codemasters can figure out their shit.
Oh, Hershey's got a good
Sorry,
exit
kids.
on the rear of Vintage Player, round the outside. And does he get the move done? Yes, he does. Taking late into the corner. Oh, bit of contact on there. But that's the move done from Hershey. What a lovely start from Spandan and Dal Makhani, gaining 6 positions.
Meanwhile, Spandan really hounding Smith right now. All this. Oh,
It also depends on what kind of setup they have. Most of them may be using a dry, and most of them may be using a wet setup. You don't know.
oh, and we have a yellow flag. Sonic Hawk. Oh, that's not going well for him.
Quite unlucky for him.
But I'm sure it's just a matter of time when he picks up his pace and he's back where he belongs in D1.
Oh, and we have Harsh.
And Sid has got a good, better traction. Both of them going
They
side
go
by side.
wheel to wheel. There's clean, respectful
Harsh
racing
is
from
still
the
on
two
the
of them.
outside. He's down the inside.
Still on
hanging.
the outside.
But
Wow,
Harsh
that's
ends up
brilliant racing from the two of them.
lovely racing. Now it's a drag race down into turn one. Who is the better one on the brakes?
Okay, Sid going
And
for a
Sid
switchback.
Can he get the traction? Yes,
And he does.
Now they're side by side in turn two. Who can
And there's more
make
grip
better?
on the outside and they make
Oh,
contact and
there's
Hush
contact.
gets spun around. Sid should have left him a little more space there, I feel, but from what I saw,
Harsh is dropping
that's
position.
unfortunate for Hush. It was so good till then.
It's quite unlucky.
Meanwhile, Srikanth is right on the back of Dal Makhani. He can see that Honda engine right inside over there.
You think he's gonna go for it? Is he gonna send it? No, he didn't.
I think he's gonna wait for the main straight, be conservative of his race.
mean, like, I must say, I have to give it to Shrikant. I feel like he's learned to be a little more patient, and that's really
Definitely.
helping out his racecraft in these horrendous conditions, if I may. Good to see them improve. Meanwhile, I think Oxidize is just maintaining his pace right now, not pushing too much, and just keeping Raman around like a second or a second and a half behind him. Well, Smith has really fallen off. He was 6 tenths behind Raman, and now he's 1.5 behind. So he's struggling quite a bit.
And Shrikant gets a superior traction out of the
Wow.
last corner. He's going side by side with Dalmakni. Can he pull this move off? Yes, he does.
And that
Oh,
is
we
a
have
great
Sid
move.
Venkatesh going right
Sid
in
Venkat.
there. Wow.
Oh, Sidget. And he gets
Oh,
the
and he
better
gets a better
traction.
drive. He gets a better
Whoa.
drive.
Oh
Carnage
Carnage
no!
gets
ahead. No,
stabbed
no,
by.
no,
Oh,
no,
there's
no,
carnage.
no.
There's carnage. There's
Oh,
carnage.
I
And
think Hershey was
Sid.
involved as well. Hershey was involved.
Sid
Oh,
lost
no.
it,
Oh, there's
and
more
it all
contact.
went wrong
Hershey.
where he took Harsh out. Oh God.
There was more contact afterwards with Hershey and Harsh. Oh, I don't know if Hershey has damage, but we can't see it physically. Ah, that was unlucky, man. Does Sid have damage?
Yeah, he's missing
Yes,
an
he
end
does.
plate, the
Yes, he
left
does.
end plate. Yeah, he is.
Oh,
I
and that's
think
so struggling.
Dal Makhani is struggling quite a lot. Look at Hershey.
Oh,
Oh wow, he was
Hershey
trying
and
an
Hersh going
audacious move
side by
there.
side.
Doesn't look
I
like
think
Hershey
Hershey
has
has
any
damage.
I
damage.
think we have a dive incoming here. Is he gonna? No, he
Oh,
thinks
Oh,
better of it, and he sticks behind. And we have a yellow flag again.
I think that's just
that's
a
an
glitch.
option. Oh, and he's going to send it on the penultimate corner, but he.
Oh,
Oh wow. Yeah, Dal Makhani goes straight into the
And
pits.
Dal
He probably has
Mankani gets
damage.
the pit entry as well. So
I think that's
it's
so
not gonna
safe
help his
to risk
case.
it after this race.
Yeah,
But he
just
has
pointing
damage.
out, not reporting.
Definitely, definitely. I
Oh,
think
we
Manav is the
we
one who loves to report. Oh, and there's Avi in the back of Sid Venkatesh. Can he get the move done?
Sid doesn't have a part of his wing. I'm not sure why he's
Yeah,
continuing right
Avi
now.
can do speed well.
But he
Oh,
gets a
and he
brilliant
gets a
drive.
brilliant drive.
oh. And the side by
Just
side, can they make it through? Oh, Sid.
Sid
I
is
have
not
no
gonna have
idea.
that outright grip, so he does push Abhi a little wide, but
No,
yeah,
yes,
kudos to both of them for keeping it clean there.
definitely. And meanwhile, there is Vintage Player on the back of Abdul Samad, followed by Delhi Mosquito. What's gonna happen here?
We have Harsh
Vintage
also in
really
the back of
struggling
Hershey.
on throttle application. He's struggling quite a bit. He's getting awfully close to Abdul, but again, Abdul has that superior grip coming out of the corners. Meanwhile, it's quite funny what's happening up ahead between Oxidize and Raman. Oxidize just casually loses like 4 or 5 tens and gains it back in like another sector. So I think he's just like, I don't know what he's doing, but it seems to be working well for him. And
Yes.
meanwhile, Smith is slowly but surely reeling Raman in. And Jin with a penalty. He says, "Will Oxidize spin?"
It's
Let's
Panotti.
really hope he has a clean race this time around. I think he deserves it after a terrible run he's had.
Smith within a second. I mean, no DRS, so that doesn't really matter too much. But he will keep getting closer to Raman now.
Let's go on board Harsh. I think he's gonna make a move soon enough. He's the closest out of all. Oh, Harsh's made a
Oh,
mistake.
and Hashi goes
Harsh.
wide, and
Harsh has
Harsh
made it.
sends it down the inside. A
Oh,
move done.
A little
lovely.
bit of a peck over there from Hershey.
Yeah. And Noble Carter is all over Hershey right now. Is Hershey struggling with the tires?
And Spandan
This
goes
appear to be.
wide, and he's racking up penalties, and he's already out of ERS.
Oh,
Oh, and
no.
Harsh makes a big mistake. He has to
Harsh
allow
is,
both the cars off. Oh,
oh,
and then
he's
oh,
gone for a move. And
wow.
oh, that was completely unexpected. And
That does seem like Max Verstappen's Red Bull.
Kudos to Noble Carter for allowing that space on the inside for Hush. So I think he played it smart, but
Meanwhile, Smith
he
is
gets
down to
the
half a second now,
excellent
up to seven
drive.
tenths.
Hush on Noble Carter and he gets the move done.
Noble Carter trying to go for a switchback, but I don't think he has the grip to do so.
I mean, I've got to say, Srikanth is managing his ERS levels beautifully, and
Yeah,
that's good to see. I mean, he's driving a good race so far, and Smith is just inching ever so slightly closer to Raman.
a quiet race so far. Not too many incidents, I should say.
But there's a very interesting thing which if you see on everyone's dashboard. Just a second. If you see everyone's fuel map, they're all down on their fuels, and there's no
Indeed.
safety car yet.
Oh, and Abhi all over the back of Sid Venkatesh. I think he's not confident in his braking. He's not able to get past Sid. Sid gets a superior traction out of corners, and that's why he's able to stay up in front.
Oh, Delhi Mosquito getting awfully close to Vintage, pushing him through the final corner.
And he's draining his ERS. Can he make a move? Both of them draining. Can he make a move? He looks down the inside. He makes the dive bomb.
Oh, and they make contact!
They make contact. Vintage players pushed wide. Ah. Dude, after the right rush, quite a few of them are low on the fuel.
And Abhi is just I'm sure he's getting frustrated hanging behind Sid right now because he does have a lot more pace, but he's just not able to get the move done on Sid. And Sid with that wing damage, really frustrating Abhi right now.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing keeping Sid up in front is his traction out of corners. Abhi would be looking to make a move anytime soon. Up ahead, Harsh has caught up back to Harshi. Let's see if he can get faster. And if I'm not wrong, Smith in all of this has caught up to Raman by his 2 tenths.
Meanwhile, Noble Carter is right at the back of Harsh.
He had a look down the inside, but got better of it. Oxter is meanwhile in the lead by 2 seconds. He's slowly inching away.
And he's about to... I think there are only 3 drivers on the grid right now running traction off. That'll be Oxidized, Smith, and Delhi Mosquito.
Isn't Sid Venkatesh
Everyone
also?
else, I've seen their own bursts and they just go ham on the throttle like there's no tomorrow. There's
But
no
isn't
throttle
Sid Venkatesh also traction off?
No. I think he's running medium traction because he's been flooring the car everywhere.
So there's absolutely no battles happening anywhere right now, except Noble Carter is probably the closest.
And he's 5 tenths behind. He's inching closer, and this has allowed Oxidized to get away from Raman. I think Raman's struggling quite a bit, or has made a mistake in all of this.
Oh, and Abhi looks down the inside. Can he make the move? It just gets the better traction of the corner. I think Abi must be definitely getting frustrated sitting behind Sid. He might be wanting to make a move soon enough. I've just noticed that Oxidize loses time in the middle sector, but gains it all back in the first sector again. Oh, and there's a spinner. Dal Makhni has retired from the session.
Oh, so
Could
that
that be a
might
safety call?
finally, but I don't think there's anyone else there. So that's the only problem.
Ah, that's not a safety call.
Unless SFR does reach there.
Would it be a VSC? I
Yep,
don't think
nothing. It's
so.
a green flag. Yep, nothing's happened.
That that would have been a sign of hope for the rest of the drivers. But unlucky for Dal Makhni. Sid Venkatesh is finally pit on hards and for a new wing. Interesting, the first driver on a pair of slicks. On a set of six, I must say.
I mean, it is still dropping. The rain's still
I
coming
can still
down.
see, yeah, definitely. It's definitely not time for the slicks. Let's see what he does. Oh, and he's been side by side with Sonic Hawk. Yeah, I don't think he has to get through. What an interesting call. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
up
I'm back,
ahead,
boys.
Raman has caught up to Oxidized race by a few tenths. Normal got all
I don't think those hards on Sid's car are making any, helping him make any inroads because he's losing an
definitely.
awful lot of time to SFR right now.
An option on softs. I have no idea what the Ferrari is doing, but I don't think it's time for slicks. Are they following in the footsteps of Ferrari?
Uh,
They are not going. Oh,
and Smith
Smith
gets
with
a
a
3 second.
3 second.
That's not going to help his race.
That's definitely going to hinder with his race. Oh, I didn't catch this, but Nobugata has gotten some first. Finally.
Since there's not much happening, I took this time out to enjoy a slice of carrot cake with some cream cheese on it. So yeah, that's the most interesting part of my race so far.
Yep, it's been a fairly
Quiet.
straightforward.
Yash, why don't you show the tire information
I have, I
because
have, I have,
Gaurav in the chat wants to see it.
I have done so. Oh, we have
And meanwhile,
Shrikant pitting now.
Abhishek's in the chat as well. How's Stalin treating you, buddy?
We have Shrikant pitting. What does he? He goes on to the
Hershey
mediums.
pits. Hershey as well, sir. Interesting strategy calls. Let's see if we can make anything out of this. Hershey as
Arshi
well
on
on the
the
medium.
mediums.
But it doesn't make any sense because Sid has lost an awful lot of time to SFR in those hards.
On the
I
hard.
don't think it's
Let's go on board
dry
with
tire
Shrikant
territory yet.
on his way out. He
Oh,
does miss
Smith is
them.
quite closer to Raman. I think Oxidize is losing out. He's struggling with this tire most probably.
Oh,
And
we
there's a
have a
spinner.
yellow flag.
Option, no. Yes, an option. He's lost his front wing. I don't think the slicks are helping them.
And he's on the soft side too.
However, the track does look to be drying up.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and Shrikant almost loses his car. Wow. That was some mad control there.
They need to take it easy now. They
On
cannot be
board with
pushing.
him.
We've got. I'm trying to see if he's not gaining any time. The dry
And Raman
runners
has
aren't
pit.
gaining any sort of time.
Raman lets him come into the pits. Roshan gets the 5 seconds for speeding. So Raman has made the early call to come on the flicks. Let's see if he can possibly
Shrikant
save
is gaining a bit on Abdul Samad. He is actually gaining quite a lot on Abdul. Oh, but Abdullah is going into the pits. Never
for the
mind.
purple sector. Yeah.
I think we'll see when Raman's gunning it to make sense of if the dry tires is the right way to go right now.
So basically the top 2 haven't pit out of the rest.
And the DRS has not been enabled yet as well, so
I think the top 2 are waiting for it to be enabled. But Smith with the purple sector, I think he's pushing it right now. Trying to get the most of his tires. The track looks pretty much dry right now. I think this could be a
yeah,
good
I
call.
think I think it's time to.
And Vintage Deadly Mosquito on the back of Vintage Player.
Yeah, and Raman's catching up real quick, so I think it's. I
Oh, this
think these
contact.
boys have to quick.
Deadly Mosquito has lost his front wing, I think.
Oh, and he gets blocked by
Oh,
Vintage.
this is second
What did I
time.
just witness there?
Deadly
That was
Mosquito ran it.
dangerous from Vintage. He just like swiped
And DRS
across.
has been enabled. The top 2 into the pits. But
Yeah, the track is
Oh,
practically
And
dry.
Raman gets a 3 second as well. I think Raman will get the jump on all of these guys.
that was a good call from Raman. But Deadly Mosquito ran into the back of Vintage twice. He would be getting frustrated.
But Raman's on the mediums. Meanwhile, Smith and Oxidize are on the hard. So it's
Yeah,
really
that's
not their race right now. So they should just focus on.
And
But you
Shrikant
see
runs
how,
the fast.
but
But
Oxidized is on
Oxidize is on
mediums.
the mediums.
Oh, he almost
Yeah.
loses his car. Wow.
Shrikant on the back of Spandan. Can he get a better exit? Not so much. Spandan gets
And
the better.
Spandan is already out of ERS. Wow. Okay.
Oh, Hershey
Will
and
the
Harsh
mediums
are
make it? Is
Harsh
my
round the
question.
outside.
20 laps
Hershey
on
round.
mediums.
Sorry to interrupt there. Oh, and the build of wheel banking. There's a bit of wheel banking. Whoa. Sorry to interrupt you there, but yeah. Hershey and Harsh had a bit of contact.
Meanwhile,
Oh, and there's a
SFR
spin-off.
Sonic Hawk got spun around by someone.
Deadly
Or...
Mosquito has been spun around.
Oh, sorry,
And
that's not him.
no one.
Meanwhile, SFR Sonic Hawk is still on the inters. Someone give him the
He
call
is
that he
still
stopped
behind
training.
Sid Venkatesh somehow.
Hershey is probably going to go down the inside of Noble Gata. Yeah, he's definitely putting that move there. Yep. No grip on those hearts there, and rightly so for Noble Gata. He has Harsh right at the back of him, and he
Harsh goes
goes
for the
down the
move.
inside. Wow.
And he says, oh, look at the grip. And he gets it done.
And Oxidize is struggling quite a bit at the moment. And I feel like the mediums is not the right choice because Smith's hards will be so much quicker come end of the race.
Yeah, but you know, for Oxidize, Ramen and Smith both have penalties, so he
But
just
that's
needs to
assuming he
manage.
doesn't rack up a penalty himself. So, and he needs to get that gap down to Raman as well in the meantime,
Yep.
which is just lingering around 3.9 to 4 right now.
Shrikant with 3 second time penalty. Sonic Hawk finally into the pits for change of tires from those inters to the slicks.
Raman's really found some great confidence in these dry conditions. I mean, he's absolutely flying right now.
On board Shrikant, you can see Spandan is flashing over there. And Shrikant is looking to make
He is
He
flashing.
can't.
Definitely flashing. He's flashing at Srikanth.
Is he gonna flash? Is Shrikant gonna flash?
Oh,
He is flashing.
Srikanth is going after someone
Not
who's...
utilizing the slipstream to its fullest extent.
Yeah, but Srikanth is going after someone else who's flashing.
too late. I think this would
Okay.
be his motivation to push forward and push harder.
But you see, Shrikant doesn't have the grip.
Spandan is empty. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like ER's management has left to Mars in that case.
And still, Shrikant can't get the better of him.
No, but Shrikant's not deploying as much to
Yeah,
give him
but you
some
know,
sort of credit
Shrikant
there.
doesn't have that much of ERS either. I mean, he does have quite a bit, but it's not quite a lot considering we just got out of the phase where it rained. Meanwhile, we have Harsh, who's about 7 tenths, 8 tenths behind Hershey. Hershey gets a
Hershey with
penalty
me.
now. Now, since it's dry, everyone's going for it and racking up the penalties.
And Caitlin is super getting lapped by Oxford today.
Wait, is it me or did you? I think I just saw a few droplets on my screen for some reason.
It is.
No, I think Shrikant really needs to get this move because he's on mediums and Spandan is on hards. Spandan is going longer into this race than him, so he
Yeah,
needs to get this move and get into clear air. There's
I
no point
think
eating his tires out here.
he is struggling a bit. He is down on his fuel by 2 laps at least. Whoa.
I think everyone is for that matter.
I think at the moment they're all trying to coast, get their fuel back into the
So
optimism.
if you actually see, unlikely leader, but Oxidize is the one who's almost not very down on his fuel. He's only 0.05 down on his fuel. Meanwhile,
Yep.
Smith is 1 lap down and Raman is 2 laps down on his fuel.
Yeah, that's not going to bode well come end of this race. Because if Raman is down 2 laps, Oxidize just needs to gain 1.8 seconds as it stands, then he's got the win. So
Yep.
that's unless a safety car comes in and saves these boys. I don't see how Smith and Raman and most of these drivers are going to make it till the end. But meanwhile, Shrikant, are we going to see a move this year? Or
Yep. He really needs to, but for some reason he's not. He's just hesitant. So I don't know. He's
I
probably
understand the
struggling.
patience quotient, but I feel like he's being extremely patient right now. You need
I'm
to
not
know when to
sure if
pick your
that is
battles.
patience or that he just
Oh,
doesn't have
there
the
has been a
pace.
option that's spun out. That was so close to being a DNF. Sorry to interrupt, boys. That was close to being a safety car, but option keeps it. Keeps his car alive.
If he doesn't get going, yeah, he does get going, and it's green flags again. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Oxidize, Raman is flying right now. I mean, there's absolutely no competition.
And he's setting fastest laps, lap after lap. I think he's got this. Let's see if he can, keep that gap. Was 15
Again,
more
you
laps.
know how much fuel loads can affect pace as well. So he's 2 laps down on his fuel right now compared to Oxidize behind him. So
And comparing the tires as well. 15 more laps on the mediums. Would they make it? Not for sure. In the
Okay,
end, he
I'm
could have
back on
lost.
board with Shrikant, and I just think he doesn't have the pace. I don't think it's about being patient. I don't think he has the pace.
If I'm not wrong, Spandan has got a limit for this, hasn't he?
and Shrikant goes wide as well. He's not having a great time out there right now.
Unless Kelly must be taken for the way this year.
Meanwhile, here's Sid Venkatesh at the back of Vintage.
Spandan
This
has
will be
got
one to watch, this battle between Sid and Vintage.
And Option has had a
And
moment. He's definitely struggling on the control.
He's either struggling to keep the car straight or he's struggling to get a safety car. It's one of those.
but yeah, why is he weaving around so much right now?
Uh,
Why is this car ghosted for
well,
me?
And why is
that's
he
another
going?
blue flag.
Oh, wow.
I don't think he has the
That was
capacity.
Ramen, yeah.
Meanwhile,
Oh,
Sid
and
on the
Spandan
mid
goes
lane.
way off the track and there's a yellow
That
flag for an
was
option, I think. Oh, and
Yeah.
Spandan goes
Oh,
off the track
that is
again.
a safety car.
the safety car.
I see what's happened. I see what's happened. I'm not gonna further commentate on that, but yeah.
Ramen into the pits. Is this? Could he be going
No,
onto the mediums or the softs?
no. Why are you pitting? I don't think. Yeah,
Oxidize not pitting. Smith would most likely stay out. Let's see what he does.
he is staying out.
He does stay out. Spandan as well stays out.
Shrikant
Shrikant into the
pits.
pit.
Harshi
Harshi
is pitting,
stays in the
yeah.
pit. Harsh stays out. Noble
Harsh is
Gata
out,
into the
Noble
pits.
Gato is into the pits. Abdul Samad.
Let's see, let's
Oh,
see.
and Oxidize has lost out to Spandan in the pit lane, and
Abdul
to
stays out.
Harsh.
Vintage.
That's not gonna help his
Spandan and
case.
Raman going side by side for some reason. Interesting, that was an interesting moment. Is Spandan trying to get the position back? Because I don't know what's going on. Spandan seems to want to overtake Raman. Okay, anyways. Vintage Sid pitting. Akhi is pitting. But I think Raman is in a good position here. On the fresh tires behind Smith, who's on 7 lap old odds. He would be wanting to make the most of those mediums.
He is in a good position, but again, like I can't stress how important track position is here.
Definitely.
You could see Spandan had 0 ERS and he could still keep the driver behind.
Yeah, but we saw Raman's pace before on the drive, so let's
Yeah,
see
but
what.
again, like that was in clean air. So the moment you get behind the car, it's again the dirty air effect's gonna kick in, and you're not able to really dial that lap time consistently in a way. If he's able to do that, then he's he, this race is his. Oh, what's
That is
happening here? What's happening here?
Mosquito into the pits. That was interesting. He just voted them.
Oxidize has to get a jump on these guys as soon as possible because if he's stuck behind Spandan and Hush for a long time, then
Deadly Mosquito on the softs. I don't know if he would make it to the end, but we shall see. And he's a lap down. Well, this race just got more spicier.
Everyone's pretty much back on the fuel track also. Actually, no, Raman is still 1.5 lap down.
Well, was that Nupshin trying to do a crash gate scenario over there? I honestly don't know.
because it did seem a little sketchy like throughout because it seemed like he was going to crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
what
spinning
is
out.
Spandan doing? He bottomed out on that curb and he was riding it like a roller coaster in a way. That was hilarious.
No idea what the fuck
Navshan was
that
really, I mean, he was spinning off again and again. It didn't seem very natural in sorts, but I don't know. We'd rather not comment on it too much because, yep, stewards will probably look at that.
I think Spandan was trying to get in front of Raman before, but I don't know why. Because he did
If
overtake him a few
I mean,
times.
I think if I'm not wrong, that I mean, I think the stewards are cracking down on causing a safety car a little more strictly, right? Now, I think they do pay attention to what causes a safety car.
Well, if it's reported, definitely, but we shall see.
I think this calls for another slice of carrot cake. I'm sorry, guys. I'm hungry. I'll be back.
No worries.
I mean, I was told some time back that the stewards now will be more strict on how safety cars have come out and whatever has happened. So I'm assuming that Navshin should be under the radar because he was spinning quite a bit. No, not saying that he surely did something wrong. I actually didn't see what happened to him. But spinning out so often is kind of not so
And on
natural.
full traction, but anyways, not the commentators' word to over here.
I mean, just like someone else used to say, I'm just a mere commentator here. I will not commentate on this further. But the steward should
Luckily,
look
you
at it.
can't understand. Yeah, definitely.
Cheeky, cheeky,
So,
PSI.
so your teammate has taught you well, yeah, Yash?
Yep. He's also taught me that if he ever racks up enough penalty points, I should pay attention to his penalty points too, not only mine.
And Abhi in the chat says, "Who eats carrot cake for pleasure?"
Who stays
So
in
maybe
Hong Kong
one
for
of us
pleasure,
in
bro?
Thailand. I mean, the man works in a kitchen, so not sure what he's talking about pleasure. Yeah, not gonna sit here and judge one's career choices, but I'll leave him to it.
I mean, he did study in Manipal, so what did you expect?
Yeah. That's what happens when you ingest a lot of broccoli. If you know, you know.
So the safety car in now, and it is bright and sunny at the Hungaro ring. Let's see what. So quick prediction before they go. What do you think is going to be the final order of the podium here?
I don't know. At this point, I really don't know.
Man, the prediction is when you predict things, not know things.
Oh, thanks for giving me
The definition.
basic English lessons.
Gyan. It's called Gyan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on board
Maybe
with
you should
Spandan
focus on
here.
your racecraft, then comment on the way I perceive things and interpret things. Meanwhile, take us through the race.
No, why don't you? You do it. I'm not doing it.
Ramen has been caught laughing over there.
Oh, and
Harsh
Harshi
and
gets buzzed and
Harshi.
Oxidize has lost out quite a bit. What's happening here?
Oh, and Harshi sends one. Ah, Harsh sends one down the inside of Harshi. Wow.
Whoa.
And also PSI in the chat says apparently Raman went AI on lap 1 race start, by the way, so he might have more penalties coming his
Oh,
way.
so there's a race start infringement involved here, is it?
Yeah. So, as it stands, I think Harsh and Oxidize on the podium.
Yeah, don't give your predictions now, you.
Keep it PG-13, my guy. Keep it PG-13. There's no need to
Yep,
rage.
I did stop myself there.
Oh, and Oxidize! What?
No.
No, and he's lost his wing for good measure as well.
Ah, that's unlucky. He was leading the race for a while. And... what has happened? That's quite unlucky.
Yeah, now it's all to play for between these guys. I think Smith
Ramen on
is
the red.
exceptional at defending hard, and I don't think he's going to just lay a red carpet through for Raman, despite the tire advantage Raman has.
And Shrikant's down the inside of
Meanwhile, Harsh stabs
Oh,
Hashi,
wow.
and he takes Hashi out.
That's fun.
Spandan is out. Spandan is gone out.
Oh yeah, so Hashi on Spandan then. My bad. Just got confused with.
So that means P415 for the Red Bull. Not,
Guys, they were teammates, aren't they?
oh yeah.
Hashi and
Oh yeah,
Spandan.
damn.
Hi. Oh,
Oh, Oxidized, retired in the pits. Hard luck to
Their
him.
teammates. That's okay. No word on that. No comment. Raman all over the back of Smith. Let's see what he can do.
As it stands, Harsh takes it.
Oh, Vintage
Meanwhile,
goes
Vintage
wild.
losing a couple of positions as well. He gets overtaken by Abhi.
Yeah, I think he's giving the position to his
There's
teammate.
a sector, there's a yellow
Sector.
sector 3. I think that is for
Deadly.
Deadly Mosquito. How is Deadly Mosquito down a lap?
DRS is enabled this lap. Let's see how that's going to board with Smith.
Yeah, but you know that there is no real tire advantage anymore because the hards will last longer, though, despite the mediums being that much fresher. So I think it's pretty much all to play for since they are both on 3 second penalties as well. I think it's going to come down to a little bit of fuel saving in the end.
And Raman getting awfully close. Pushing Smith through that chicane.
Archie as well on the back of Raman. So Raman will be forced to attack as well as think about defending.
Oh, Raman takes a lot
Oh,
of curb.
he takes a lot of curve. And he's left vulnerable to Hershey. Hershey has a better run, but keeps behind him.
I think Raman has to worry about looking at his rear view mirrors rather than attack Smith if he
Definitely.
keeps this up. He needs to get this move done pronto.
So let's
But this
see.
is the first DRS zone coming up now. Let's see what he can do.
Smith covers the inside.
Raining away.
Raman depleting everything at his disposal. Smith is
And
going to
down
force him
the
along the
outside.
long way around, and they give
Can
each other
he
space,
get?
covers off the switchback, and
Oh, Raman is being pushed to the
and bit of contact as well. This is
down
not
the
going to
outside.
end well.
Oh,
Smith has
that's
more
lovely
grip.
racing from both of them.
Yeah.
Lovely racing. Hershey on the back of Smith gets a better run, but it's completely out of ERS. So let's see what happens.
Oh, Smith
running
goes
Oh,
away.
I
very
got
wide.
in my mouth for a second. Oh,
Huh? Oh, Hershey gets the switch back. The way he said it just.
Yeah, he has something.
I was wise with my word choices, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said gall and not the.
Ball.
Okay, back to the
Yeah,
racing.
Back to Hungary, boys. Back to Hungary.
Back to Hungary. Shrikant and all of this. No, so my bad. Harsh and all of this. Behind Hershey. Ram
and
and
I think we should refrain from using such terms when we are in Hungary because they're really not that liberal with their, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Smith trying to break the toe as much as possible. Hershey on the back in a slipstream.
Hershey has nothing to deploy.
He's done.
Hershey is
He's done. My man's done.
I can hear him probably screaming on the radio. I'm pressing the battery button, but it's not working. Yeah, because you don't have
Double
battery.
daughter down the inside of Abdul Samad. Can he get the move done?
Oh, they
Oh, he's
have the
pushed it back.
contact, and there's Sid Venkatesh trying to go through.
Sid
Wow.
Venkatesh. Through goes Sid Venkatesh.
And he gets an excellent run on Noble Garden, but nothing doing here. Is he going to go? Oh no! And he forces Noble Garden into a penalty. That was smart.
And Abdul Samad is dropping positions
Sid
like a
is
rock.
looking feisty right now.
Damn, Sid. Oh, Harsh with a 3 seconds, Shrikant with a 3 seconds. Both Red Bulls with a 3 seconds. What is going on? Shrikant is on the tail of Harsh, pushing him along. And meanwhile, Raman is in a healthy lead of 1.3 seconds.
But again, as it stands, he's still going to be monitored for his start infringement.
Definitely.
So I don't know if any of this is related to Smith, if he has a race engineer or not, but yeah, at least he can be at peace knowing that he has more penalties incoming.
But Harsh behind doesn't have a penalty, so he could benefit from all of this.
Yeah, as it stands, Harsh is looking to win this Grand Prix here.
Definitely. So Smith, if he wants to win this, he needs to get a move on.
And Harsh
I think
really playing it smart here though. He's not
Oh,
attacking, he's in
and you
mid.
know,
Spandan has.
Spandan gave us retired. Could this be a safety car?
It
No, I don't think
is
so.
not.
It's not.
That's quite
That could have
surprising.
spiced up things. But unlucky for Spandan gamer.
Meanwhile, Smith really pushing now, trying
Yeah.
to get the DRS assist on
Has he been listening into our
Raman.
comms? I think he definitely has been. It's now a nothing for Smith. He needs to push for the win.
Hashi is getting excellent exits out of the final corner and is depleting everything he has. Seems like he does have a bit more straight line speed compared to the boys ahead of him. And he
Yes.
gets a better drive again.
And they're all depleting. Oh, quite close to the gearbox of Smith. He gets better traction as well.
I think Raman is starting to lift and coast right now because, yeah, he is. He is on.
Yeah.
He is lifting and coasting as we speak.
Well, that could be the main issue.
But is Smith also lifting and coasting? No, Smith doesn't need to
Doesn't
lift and
seem
coast.
like it. Doesn't
No,
seem like it.
he does not. He's pushing to his maximum.
Yeah, Raman is definitely lifting and coasting. Can see that, but he's still gaining time.
Oh, you can see it. Oh, we have yellow flags and that's deadly mosquito into the wall. And
No, Jin, I think
are we
Harsh
on the
was
back
always
of
in the
the
play
mark?
because he was within 3 seconds of the leader. So I think this is Harsh's race to win.
Yeah, definitely. And Abhi into P9 gets to move down and upwards some more. Harsh just needs to keep it clean. Yeah, and he could win.
Smith
I'm
extending
not
track limits a bit there.
I'm
Hopefully
not
he
gonna
has
lie. Raman is doing a fairly good job in lifting and coasting. He is bringing his fuel back into normal range, plus not losing
Yeah.
a lot of time. He's gaining a lot of time, in fact, on Smith in the second sector.
I
This is
think
quite.
Raman's driven a beautiful race so far, to be really honest. I don't know what happened at the race start, but yeah, but disregarding that, he's on a different level tonight, and he's really managing his
So
pace
the
well.
gap to the leader is 1.9 seconds for 2 seconds for Harsh right now. Is so as long as he
He needs
stays
to
within
keep
that
it
second, I think he's safe right now. I think he's playing a good game right now. He's not attacking
And
Harshi.
I think Hashi might make a move here right now
He
because
is closing in quickly
he's
into
closing
turn
in
one.
massively. Will he go for a dive? No. He's focused on getting a better exit.
Too far behind to make a dive.
He does.
And the
Deadly
deadly
Mosquito
mosquito
retired
out,
from the
he's retired
session.
on the inters.
But that won't be a safety car because there's 2 more laps to go. Hashi taking a lot of that curb.
Oh,
Oh, this is getting feisty here.
Oh, Smith's car just got flung from that corner.
yeah.
Sid Venkatesh in all of this can finish P5 or even P4.
Yep. So Harshi at this rate is going to drop to P7, which
I mean,
promotes
he's
Harsh.
flirting with the curbs ever so. I don't know what to say. I'm a loss for words because he's mounting every damn curb.
Well, he seems to deplete all of his battery on the main straight. So, oh, I'm braking
Oh, and he
late.
goes deep.
And onto the curb. Needs to be careful not to bottom out there.
I think Harsh should just play it smart and just like hang back and hope Raman
Definitely.
doesn't pull away.
You know, Raman in all of this is down to just 0.15 laps down, so which is a brilliant comeback from him. I mean, I'm really surprised he pulled this off with by
But
keeping that
Smith
lead.
is not going to end.
But see here,
Does
as
it
soon
mean
as the
two laps
second
of fuel
sector
down?
starts, Raman gains on him.
But wasn't Raman 2 laps down on fuel? I think that is a
Yeah, but
good
there
job
was a
from him.
safety car later as well, which sort of helped him neutralize that deficit in a way. And
Well,
Smith
yeah.
losing it!
Oh,
No,
and
it's
he's
done.
broken his
That's
front.
race done for him.
Wow.
No,
That's
no,
so
no.
unfortunate for Sid could be on the podium in all of this.
Sid, whoa.
Wow.
In his 200th Grand Prix, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Whoa.
So unfortunate for Sid.
Smith was looking good for a
Oh
podium.
yeah, Smith, my bad. Very fortunate for Sid.
And Harsh is looking good for a win right now.
And if
Let's
Sid
see.
keeps this up, he is on the podium for sure.
Definitely. That's quite unlucky for Smith. He drove a fantastic race up there in the top three.
Like gutted for
And
him.
it's ended on the second last lap.
And
And
Shrikant
Smith
gets
Shrikant,
not
wow.
another penalty.
Oh my.
9 seconds.
That's that's not gonna help him. That's
Shrikant's
gonna
gonna
push
be
him out of
P10, P11, probably by the looks of
after
it.
all of this. After all of this. Oh my god. And Raman to finish first on track.
Yeah, I think he has hit low fuel mode, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, his
Yes,
car
yes.
is, the throttle is bleeping here now, but Ramin rounds the final corner to take the
What
win
a
on
race
the
he's
track at
driven.
the Hungaroring, followed, but he will drop down.
But
So that is
Harsh
Harsh who
wins.
wins the race, followed by Ramin and
And
Sid
Sid on the
Venkatesh is on the podium,
podium.
and the SFR Sonic Hawk is the P4 after everything.
Fourth on his debut race. That's solid
Then
from
there's
him as
Noble
well.
Gato P5, Harshi P6, Abhi P7, Abdul Samad P8. Shrikant drops to P9 with Vintage of P10 and an unfortunate race for Smith, ending in P11.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay, let me invite these boys really quick to the comms box.
So taking away the grid, we have Harsh who's finished P1, Raman P2, Sid Venkatesh P3, which is our podium here, followed by SFR, Sonic Hawk, Noble Gata, Harshi, Abhi, Abdul Samad, Shrikant, and Vintage, our top 10. Unfortunate for Smith and Oxidize, who were likely P1, P2 for the race, with Raman, who would have probably finished with them on top in no said order. But yeah, I mean, wow, this is quite. quite interesting. So, do we have all the guys in the box?
I think we're still awaiting. What we're waiting? Sid. Sid is the only one missing.
I think we can just get started off with Raman
Oh,
So,
he's
okay,
because
we
Sid
joined.
have
has
Sid
joined.
here.
Cool.
So, all right then. So, very, very interesting race here. Sid, can you hear us? Sid, can you hear us?
I think he's still connecting. Just.
Oh, it's just the age. I don't think it's anything else.
Yep, I think he should.
So, Sid, can you hear us?
Yes, sir, I can
Yes,
hear you.
sir. So, very, very interesting race, Sid, for you. Lots of ups and downs there. Incident with Harsh, and then with Harshi, if I'm not wrong, or Spandan, I'm not sure who that was. Into turn two,
Uh,
spun out, and then had wing damage. I'm not sure. Did you get side pod damage there?
no, I was hit by Dal Makhani.
Oh, yeah, that. So, take us through coming back from there, and did you expect to be on the podium after that?
No, I didn't, to be very honest, but when I started the race, I was very confident of finishing up in the podiums. But yeah, I don't know, Harsh and myself had a moment, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I did gain enough space, I felt. But yeah, that left-hander is a tricky one. You need to, I mean, if the guy behind is also like understeering, he will come out quite a bit towards the car that's in front. But yeah, the second incident was with Dalmakini, the same place. I don't know what he did, but he just took me out, and I lost quite a lot of positions there. I didn't want to pit because I knew the rain was going to come. I mean, it's going to stop, and I thought once and for all I'll change my tire and the wing. And yeah, I went on, and I don't know why the safety car came out, but yeah, I did ask Nupsan, did he spin out or what happened in the incident? He lost his traction and as usual, it was the Nupsan effect. He spun out. But yeah, I mean, after that, like I was rapid. I was very, very keen on making up positions. And for some reason, the battery wasn't charging up over here today. I don't know why, but yeah, it was quite pathetic. The recharge. Like I wasn't able to keep hold of my battery for a bit. Even in the straights, I was lifting it and pressing it again, lifting it and pressing it. It's quite crazy. But yeah, I had pace today. I mean, Ramen was flying without a doubt. So was Harsh and Smith and Oxidize were in a different league, obviously. So all these four guys were quick today. But yeah, and congrats to my man Adarsh Sonikov for a good comeback. P4.
Yeah, that was a great drive from you, Sid, and it was just nice watching you climb up the order as well. That incident with
Man.
Harsh, yeah, that was a bit
Yeah,
unfortunate, but I feel like
yeah.
all in all, you had a quite a comfortable race after the incidents got out of the way. So, congrats on your podium in
I had a
the 200th
lonely
Grand
race,
Prix of
bro.
IRL as well. So, you're always there in these memorable races, always up there. So,
Somehow.
keep up the streak going.
Thanks.
And you're making that Chennai flag fly high. So, we're all
That's
incredibly
the
proud.
idea. Yep,
Yeah.
that's right. Thanks, man. Hey, Gigi,
Yep.
Harsh, and Raman. Are they here? Hey, Gigi, guys. Really quick, you guys were.
Yep. So moving on to Ramen then, our P2 finisher, the person who did finish on track. He finished first on track in the Mercedes. Ramen, it was a pretty straightforward race for you, apart from a lot of lift and coast which you had to do at the end. I mean, I must say that that was a stellar job which you pulled through. You were lifting and coasting quite drastically, still gaining time on Smith in sector two, which was quite astounding. Take us through your race and how you planned it. I think probably all of y'all were quite down on the on fuel, thinking that you'll probably have a little longer rain session or probably a little more safety car. So yeah, take us through your race.
That was an exceptional drive from you, Raman. I think you were struggling maybe or just managing pace during the wet stint, but once you cleared up and you made the call to pit for dry tires, you were just flying, and it was really nice to see you put in a very strong drive. So kudos to you. But I just wanted to touch upon one thing that I've read in the chats during our stream. They said like you went AI during the race start. So any comments on that? Okay, all right. But a stellar drive nonetheless, and enjoy your podium on the 200th Grand Prix of IRL as well.
Yep. So moving on to the man of the hour, Harsh. Good qualifying. You dropped a few places during the rain, but then kept making up places, kept yourself free of any penalties. Stuck with the front three because I think you knew that they had penalties and this was your race. You didn't try to attack Hershey, if I'm not wrong. Great job on the race, buddy. And take us through it and how you were managing the pace over there. Yep, it was actually a good race from you, well managed, good pace constantly through the race. Kept it clean, kept it nice and steady within the track limits. But yeah, anything you all want to ask the race winner, Ajitesh and Ethan?
I don't. I think he summed it up fairly well, and I think he drove an exceptional race, kept himself penalty free, and yeah, it really paid off. And congrats to you on marking yourself as the 200th Grand Prix winner. And since this is your last race for a while now, I think you're gonna enjoy this one fairly well. So, congrats once again.
Congrats, Harsh.
You'll
Hopefully
make
your
me
luck,
proud indeed.
hopefully your luck can bring him some victory tomorrow also.
Redstone. Redstone, when did you start helping out Red Bull drivers?
Just a Red Bull driver, not Red Bull
Yeah,
drivers.
yeah, no, no, yeah. Let's not get into that on the stream, boys. Oh no, so yeah, see what you've done, Sid. See
Man,
what you've done.
man, this guy is a Ferrari fan, so
You
I'm
you
not gonna
opened
even
a can which
complain.
shouldn't have been opened here.
Man, yeah, yeah. And sorry if
Yeah,
I
that was
squeezed you, but
instant karma for what he did to you. I'm joking. I'm
uh,
joking.
man, I thought PSI would have told him how to race, but yeah, Dal Makhani was in a different league. He just took me out. I don't know what he did, but yeah,
Maybe Dal Makhani was PSI in disguise. You never know. You heard it here.
yeah,
Yeah.
you heard it here first. Man, good drive, Harsh and Raman. Good one on the comms, guys. I was hearing you guys. Ethan, you might have to speak up a little bit louder.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
my bad.
Ethan's
So
just taking his notes for tomorrow's race. He's preparing right now, so you can
yeah,
give him a break.
Yeah,
congrats to
Anyway,
Harsh.
that's wrapping
good
up
one, boys.
the 200th Grand Prix of IRL, and it's been a memorable one. And that's it from us in the comms box, and see you guys for D1 tomorrow at Hungary again.
Cheers,
Yep,
guys.
see you guys tomorrow. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully, it's a clean race. But anyway, thank you, Ajitesh and Ethan, for joining me in the comms box. It's done and dusted here at Division 2 race of the Indian Racing League, the 200 race at the Bhangar Ring. So, yeah, congrats once again to our podium sitters, and we will see you all tomorrow.